Mutually exclusive events are trying to find the probability that one event or another event will happen. Mutually exclusive events are events that do not share outcomes. So an example of a mutually exclusive pair of events would be rolling a sum of 5 and rolling at least 1 6 using a pair of dice. If we take a look at sets A and B, there's no overlap with these sets. Therefore, there's no outcome that's related to event A and event B. Therefore, they are mutually exclusive. The probability that A or B happens is the probability of A plus the probability of B when the events are mutually exclusive. For events that are non-mutually exclusive and have some shared outcomes, for example, drawing a jack or drawing a red card, and of course that overlap is drawing a red jack, which would be a jack of diamonds and a jack of hearts. To find the probability that A or B happens, we would take the probability of A, add the probability of B, but then we have to subtract the overlap. That is the probability of event A and B happening at the same time. So let's do an example. A survey of 40 students at FCI finds that 12 students enjoy English and 17 enjoy math. If 4 surveyed students enjoy both, find the probability of finding a student that enjoys English or math. So we are going to use a Venn diagram for this, and it is a half mark deduction on your exam if you don't include a box around your Venn diagram. So let's draw a box. Let's draw an oval. Let's draw something that resembles an oval. And it's good enough. This is going to be English. This is going to be math. 4 enjoy both. That's easy. Put a 4 in the middle. 12 enjoy English. Well, if 12 enjoy English, we already have 4 in the middle, so that means we only can take 8 more. And if 17 enjoy math, because math is awesome, then there'll be 13 here because there's already 4 in the middle. And I know it doesn't ask this, but we should complete the diagram anyway. 8 and 4 makes 12, plus 13 makes 25. So that means there's 15 people on the outside that don't like English and don't like math. They don't like either one of them. Don't like them either one. So that's what a Venn diagram looks like. We have talked about Venn diagrams before. Remember to put a box around it. Remember to label your circles with some letter or something that's representative. Now it says find the probability of finding a student that enjoys English or math. Now English or math is anything that's in the English or math circles. So really, if we want to talk about English or math, we're really talking about, well, I didn't really expect that to happen, but we're talking about the 8, the 4, and the 13, which combines to give us 25. 25 out of 40. So it's going to be 25 out of 40, which would be 62.50% if we want to write it as a percent. Remember, 2 decimal places, whether it's a decimal or a percent. If you want to leave it as a fraction, it's fair game to leave it as a fraction too. But if it goes as a fraction or a decimal or a percent, it needs to be the 2 decimal places. And whatever your last number written is, it's usually considered to be your answer. And that answer has to be to 2 decimal places. Okay? Now, next example. A card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of cards. The card is then returned, and the deck is shuffled again before drawing a second card. Determine the probability that both cards are black or both cards are face cards. So what we have to do here is use the formula. The probability of A or B is going to equal the probability of A plus the probability of B. Now, is there overlap? Can we have cards that are black and face cards? Yep. So it's going to be minus the probability of A and B. Now, figuring out each of those three things, it's not super complicated, but it's going to take us a touch of time. Probability of A. Well, A is both cards are black. Now, when we think about what that means, in order to do this and have things work out nicely, it would be a good idea to keep the same denominator. So I know you can say, well, half of them are black. And you're right, half of them are black. But out of a deck of 52, how many are black? 26. So we're going to write this as 26 out of 52. Now, if the card is returned and it's shuffled, and we try again, because the card is replaced, it's still 26 out of 52 the second time. So it's 26 over 52 times 26 over 52. Plus the probability of B. Now B is both cards are face cards. How many cards are face cards?
To the school office, please.
12. Jack, Queen, King, and there's 4 of each. So it's 12 out of 52 times 12 out of 52. Minus, how many cards are black face cards? 6. Half of face cards. So that's 6 out of 52 times 6 out of 52. Now, what's 52 times 52? You could check it on your calculator. In fact, I will, but I think I know what the answer is. I think it's 2704. Yeah, it is. But 26 squared is 676. So that's 676 over 2704 plus 144 over 2704 minus 36 over 2704. So if we go ahead, and the reason why we kept the 52s everywhere was so that we can just simply add and subtract on the top, because the denominators are all the same, and we know the bottom is going to be 2704. So really the answer here is going to be 784 over 2704. We add 676 with 144 and then subtract 36. So when we do that, 784 divided by 2704 is 28 to 2 decimal places, is 28.99%. Rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay? That's the probability. Okay? Next and final example. Derek buys a TV and Blu-ray player for $9.99 with a 1-year warranty. He can buy a 3-year extended warranty for $379. He researches repair statistics for these items and finds that there's a 15% chance of repair for the TV, and the average repair cost for the TV itself is $350. There's a 12% chance of repair for the Blu-ray player, and the average repair cost for that's $100. And there's a 4% chance both will need repairs, and the average repair cost is $450. Should Derek get the extended warranty? So we can use a Venn diagram to model this situation. So here we go. So we're looking at there we go. Okay, 4% chance both are going to need repairs, so that's 4% in here. The TV, 15%, but 4 is already covered here, so that's 11% here. And the Blu-ray player, there's 4%, but 12% overall. So that means that this is 8%. So 77% is out here. This is an interesting question because almost on anything electronic of any value that you buy, you will be asked if you want to buy the extended warranty. And sometimes it's a good idea to get it, and sometimes it's not. Visions Electronics is a company in Western Canada. I bought my first nice TV from them, and I bought their extended warranty because they had a pretty cool extended warranty thing. If you didn't use the extended warranty, you got a gift card in that amount at the end of that period, and you could use that gift card on to buy something else. But like say the extended warranty is $400, you would have to make a minimum purchase of $600. So you'd still have to be out of pocket a little bit, but you would get like a $600 product for like 200 bucks. So that's a pretty cool thing. Most other places though, if you buy an extended warranty and you don't use it, you lose it. It's an interesting question. Would people purposely break their things? Um, well, it all depends too on what the warranty covers. Some places warranty coverage is different, and warranty coverage is different from person to person. Like you could go to one worker one day and something will get covered. You'll go to the next worker the next day and the same thing, and they'll say they won't cover it. So it could be kind of a mixed bag there. But you're right though, like some things get covered and some don't. My previous laptop before this one, I paid a few $100s for the warranty, and it just kept dying. So I ended up getting the full cost of it back, which is awesome. Okay, but I didn't get a warranty on this one because the warranty itself was going to be like $600, and that was like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. But if this one craps out, I'll be sure wishing I did, right? So I mean, what's that? Yeah, usually on lots of things you have to buy warranty almost as soon as you buy them. Some things, like say if you buy an iPhone, for example, I think you might get like a maybe 90 days or maybe even up to the first year. Like, because you get like with a phone, with an iPhone, you get Apple Care for the first year. But if you want Apple Care Plus, you have to buy that special before I think the end of the first year, and then you get a second year, which is helpful because for the most part, I find phones usually have a lifespan of about a couple years, and then it's time to replace them because they either start acting funny or they just stop working altogether. Um, so in this particular case, here's the interesting bit. If the TV itself, just the TV goes, then that cost is $350. That's the repair cost. If the Blu-ray player itself goes, then the cost would be $100 to get it fixed. And if both happen to go, then the repair cost is $450. So the interesting thing to keep in mind here is this. The repair costs are relatively low because the warranty cost is like $379? The warranty cost is $379. So the only time the repair cost is more than the actual warranty cost is if both of those things die on you. And the probability of both of those things dying on you is just 4%. So therefore, there's only 4 out of 100 people who will probably get use out of the extended warranty. So for that reason, it'd probably be a good idea to decline the extended warranty. So since 96% of people will not have repair costs 96 is the complement of 4%. Since 96% of people will not have repair costs over the cost of the warranty, which is at $379, the warranty will not be a good idea for most consumers. Now, in the real world, it would be very hard to find repair statistics for anything that you buy. The best thing you could do would be to read reviews online of people that have bought in the same brand of laptop, the same brand of camera, the same brand of TV, same brand of smartphone, and see what kind of information you can get based on that. Because usually if you do read reviews, you're able to kind of find out which models of certain things are lemons. Most companies
Alexis Valentine, will you please head to the first floor atrium?
Most companies will give lots of good products. You know, Samsung is one of the leading TV makers. But I'm sure that some of their TVs are junk. You know, and I'm not saying like a whole model line. Maybe they just make one batch of TVs on a Wednesday in March, and it just happens to be lousy for some reason. Who knows why? Maybe it's just a faulty part. You know, but anyone that ends up with that TV, what's that? Oh yeah, I'm sure it can. When I was young, like young, like in my like when I was just about 10 or 11, my mom and dad spent a lot of money on a Hitachi TV, and Hitachi was one of the big TV names then, and they spent like $2,800 on this TV. It's a 28-inch TV, 28-inch TV, and that was huge for when I was 10 or 11. But that TV, I swear to God, we had to repair that thing like 4 or 5 times. It was just a lemon, you know? It was just junk. And again, Hitachi at the time was a leading company for building TVs, but for whatever reason, it was just that particular TV. I don't know. Everything that could go wrong on it did go wrong on it. And we just had to keep bringing it into like a TV repair person and get it repaired time and time and time again. But it's, you know, it's one of those things though too. Like, are the warranties something that will be worthwhile? And that's only a decision that a consumer can make when they're buying something.